Now we have our and statement. The one on the right, for some reason, is much bigger than the one on the left. It doesn't matter. It's just more work, not really harder work, hopefully. So this one, I'm just going to stick with keeping the x's on the left, numbers on the right. Some of these coefficients could be negative. I don't care, because we can work with negative coefficients. So I see that my x is on the left. I got to get rid of that minus 8, so add 8 to both sides. But also the 5x, it's on the number side of things, so I'm going to subtract 5x's from both sides. So the inequality won't change. It's going to zero out these terms. 8x's minus 5x's is 3x's. Negative 5 plus 8 is positive 3. And then to solve this one, we're dividing both sides by positive 3. That's why that inequality stays the same. X is now less than 1. And, well, let's see what we get out of the second one. Oh, it's, yeah, we got this distribution. So two groups of negative 8x's first would be negative 16x's. Two groups of negative 1 would be negative 2. The rest of that inequality stays the same. No other distribution necessary. So combining like terms, negative 2 plus 6 would be positive 4. So now negative 16x plus 4. And then we still got the rest of that. And again, I'm gonna keep the x's on the left, numbers on the right. So we'll have to zero out that plus 4, so minus 4 from both sides. And also add 4x to both sides. Right, that zeroes out these terms, which is what we want. Negative 16x's plus 4x's is negative 12x's, which is less than or equal to 64 minus 4 is 60. Yeah, it's going to give us a nice even answer, because now when I divide both sides by negative 12, I divide both sides by negative, which means that inequality will flip. X is now greater than or equal to negative 5. Okay, so we got these two inequalities. I've got the and statement. Let's see what the graph looks like, and then we'll see if we need to finalize that inequality there. So we got, I put 0 here. I got negative 5 and 1, something like this. Let's start with the red one. X is less than 1. So at 1, I've got an open circle because it's not equal to 1, and it's not eating the x, so the line will go to the left. I'm not extending this line because I'm looking for stacked lines, right? So let's see what the negative 5 does first. X is greater than or equal to negative 5, so at negative 5. See, after we see what happens with the purple line, we'll see how this affects the red line. But this one, it's eating the x, the purple one, so this line is going to go to the left. So I'm looking for where the lines would be stacked. So this means that the purple line, it would go all the way to 1, and then the red line would go, it goes, the inequality says that it goes beyond that, but since I need the intersection of the two, they intersect between these 2 points. So even though the red line goes to the left, the purple line goes to the right, neither of those matter because I need the intersection. So really we're just looking for this right here. So on the assignment, you'd put a closed circle at negative 5 and then an open circle at 1, and then you just drag the line between to make that full line right there. But again, don't go beyond those because we want the intersection only. So that's the graph. Next, we want the interval notation, yeah. So starting at negative 5, which is included because it's a closed circle, and then this goes all the way to 1, which is not included, so that's a parentheses. Okay, so we got the graph, we got the interval. What we need now is to actually redo the inequality, okay? Because I can see, let's compare it with purple, right? So if I were to change this, I'd have, why am I starting with purple? Because it's the lower value. Negative 5 is less than the red one. So I'm going to change this so that I can set this in a compound, one individual compound inequality, which I believe they want on the assignment. So with comparing this with negative 5, it's a less than or equal to, because it needs to eat the x, but it's also equal. And then I can see from the red one, I can compare x with 1 there as well. So from what I remember, I think they want this one. To me, the and statement is good enough, but you need that there, right? X is less than 1 and negative 5 is less than or equal to x. To me, that would be good enough, but I think on the assignment, they need that one right there. And yeah, like I said, I would probably leave it like this just because I don't like to do this extra work. But this one is more formal and it's more compact. It's maybe considered simplified.